Because of all the amazing anime we got last year, 2021 will go down in history as the best year of the entire year. So let's face the truth, we all know Crunchyroll's anime awards are gonna suck again as usual. So I'm making my own awards because, unlike Crunchyroll, my taste is actually good. We got a lot of masterpiece anime last year, so many of you might disagree with some of my opinions in this video, but that's what the comment section is for, and I still read all of them. Anime of the year is gonna be the last category in this video. But the first category is anime I should have watched. Yeah, this one's up to you guys in the comments because I couldn't watch every anime, but I've heard a lot of great things about these ones. Just let me know which one is the best and I'll make sure I watch that one first. Best couple. Romance is my favorite anime genre, tied with fantasy, even though they're the same thing. So we've got a couple couples to choose from, and two of them are from an excellent harem called the Quintessential Quintuplets. Nino and Miku are each being shipped with Futaro in two separate nominations. But personally, if I chose the nominations, I would have shipped Miku with Nino. But that's okay, because I think Miku and Futaro would make a very cute couple, which is good because I already shipped Nino with myself. Anyway, this category is an obvious win for Horimiya. The Best Couple award goes to Izumi and Kyoko. Of all the nominees, these two had the most wholesome relationship, and they were in one too. Duke and Alice almost made this a tie, but they weren't as cute because they're CGI. Best Boy is you, if you subscribe. To quote former President Abraham Lincoln, Natsuki Subaru is the greatest isekai protagonist of all fucking time. However, most of his character development in Season 2 was distributed during the first half of the season in 2020. The second half that aired in 21 was mostly centered around Emilia because Subaru's internal conflict was already resolved. So even though I want him to get me pregnant, I think it's only fair if I give someone else a chance to win this award. Rudius Greyrat easily wins this award whenever Mushoku Tensei gets another season, but right now his true character arc hasn't even started to peak yet. Rimuru Tempest is a great character, but he's almost too perfect, which kinda stops him from developing as much as other characters do. Mikey is almost as badass as Rimuru, but I think Draken was a better character, which confuses me because he didn't get nominated for some reason. Yeah, it appears that this AniTrends website I'm using also forgot that Attack on Titan was a thing. Apparently, Eren and Levi just don't exist anymore, so that makes this decision a lot easier for me. The winner of the Best Boy award is Shinya Nozen, also known as Undertaker, Shin Reaper, Shinigami, and another nickname that I can't pronounce. Shin is an incredibly well-written, complex character, and 86 had some unfortunate production issues, but that didn't stop the characters from being amazing. Best Girl is gonna be another tough choice because I love all these characters very much. I'm happy to see Nino on this list because her thighs are literally my desktop background, but I'd be lying if I told you she's a better character than Mikasa or Vladilena. Vivi is easily the most iconic choice here because when I think of the year 2021 in retrospect, I picture Vivi. Siesta also has a really nice looking character design, but that's just because she's cosplaying Best Girl from Date A Live. I would have liked to see Jolene and Roxy on this list of nominees, but that doesn't really matter because Emilia wins this award by a landslide. In the 12 episodes we got last year, Emilia went through about 12 seasons worth of character development. By the end of Season 2 Part 2, she became a completely different character than she was before. And if my math is correct, Emilia is currently almost better than Rem. Supporting Man of the Year is Levi Ackerman. So I guess Attack on Titan does exist after all. What a relief. Originally, I was gonna give this award to Otto Soen, but no matter how much I love him, I just can't call him a better written character than Levi Ackerman. Levi's psychology is so intricate, he doesn't even feel like a character, if that makes sense. In other anime, the side characters just kinda do shit, but Levi has a distinct personality that seems almost too complex for a so-called supporting character. Draken is awesome too, and so is Veldora. Gugu actually made me physically cry, but Levi made me physically cum. Otto deserves a head pat, but Levi deserves this award. Supporting Girl of the Year seems to have the most balanced selection of nominees thus far. I'm happy to see Ghislaine, Ram, Hanji, really all of these characters deserve to be here, except maybe Hina. Hina didn't do much that left an impression on me, so she's the only nominee I might disagree with. In the winter 2021 season, Ram only had the spotlight for about one episode, and although Ryo Amakusa is not a better character than Ram or any of the other nominees, I can't ignore the fact that she single-handedly carried the entire plot of Koikima. It wasn't necessarily a good plot, but it couldn't have been one at all without Ryo. So because she supported a whole-ass anime on her back, Ryo definitely deserves the Supporting Girl Award. But my decision here is probably going to surprise you. The best waifu of 2021 is Roxy McGurdy. Roxy deserves to be worshipped. What I like most about Roxy, though, is lolly masturbation scene in the second episode. Beauty hides in plain sight. She uses water magic as a bidet, but I thought it was hot and so did you. Number 1, Roxy. She makes me so fucking wet. Roxy is the only character in Mushoku Tensei that I've searched for hentai of. She's basically just a walking fleshlight. If Echidnut didn't exist, my name would probably be Roxy Nut. She doesn't have a gag reflex. Seeing Roxy for the first time can be life-changing. Erection. I don't normally buy anime figures. It took about 40 hours for my Roxy figure to finish 3D printing. Our Lord and Savior, the Archbishop of Cum. Erection. Best adaptation goes easily to Mushoku Tensei. No debate. Whether you're a fan of the anime or not, you can't deny how brilliant the adaptation was. 86 did a great job as well. Specifically in the first half, there was very minimal cut content from the novels, and Attack on Titan always gets a near-perfect adaptation too, but people still complain about CGI and debate whether the manga is better. It's very difficult for anime to live up to a source reader's imagination, but despite Mushoku Tensei's light novels being fantastic on their own, the anime improved upon them, and that's extremely impressive. Best animation goes to the 7 Deadly Sins Season 3. Just kidding, that aired in 2020. Love Live Superstar had beautiful animation, but I would never publicly admit that I watched it, so I'm just gonna talk about Mushoku Tensei again. This piece of bread from Mushoku Tensei has better animation than real bread. Vivi had some top-tier fight choreography, but Mushoku Tensei's animation was unmatched in 2021. Every movement was so flawlessly fluid, it's almost like the animation studio was created just for Mushoku Tensei. Which it literally was. Best character design is basically a tie between Wonder Egg and Vivi. Of course, Vivi herself has probably the best character design of the year, and I really like Ophelia's design too, and some of the other side characters. But compared to Wonder Egg, Vivi characters didn't stand out to me quite as much. Wonder Egg wins this category by a narrow margin because every character is immediately recognizable from just a glance, even if you dropped the anime. With all their vibrant colors, every Wonder Egg character is simply a blessing on the eyes, so this award is well deserved. Also, I loved Shadow's House. I think it was really underrated, but of all the categories, how did it get nominated for Best Character Design? I mean, the few characters that are unlocked all have pretty decent looking designs, but most of the characters in this anime are wearing blackface. Best Anime Original is Odd Taxi. I know I ranked Vivi above Odd Taxi in my tier list video for the spring season, but I surprisingly ended up enjoying Odd Taxi a little bit more. Both were excellent in their own way, but Odd Taxi overall was one of the most unique and entertaining anime I've ever had the pleasure of watching. If you still haven't seen it, just do yourself a favor and give it a watch. Best Sceneries and Visuals would have been awarded to Mushoku Tensei if it was just sceneries, but Vivi obviously had the best visuals overall. The art is impeccable and every single frame is so detailed, some of them look even better than modern photography. You could randomly take a screenshot at any point during a Vivi episode and it would be worth millions as an NFT. Best Soundtrack. Of these following nominations would be either Vivi or Zombieland Saga, but I have a major problem with this website now. They didn't even nominate most of my favorite soundtracks from the past year, so I made my own list and narrowed it down to just 2 options. This'll be a very tough decision because Kenichiro Suehiro created the perfect soundtrack for Shadow's House. However, ReZero's composer also did a really great job. It's hard for me to choose a winner because both composers are incredibly talented, but I'm gonna have to award Best Soundtrack to Kenichiro Suehiro. I'm also going to give him a copy of the Best Boy award from earlier. Best Voice Actor is an award I would naturally give to ReZero without question, but there's a much more obvious winner. Aoi Yuki from So I'm a Spider is the winner of the Best Voice Acting award. If you disagree, then you must have been watching the Dothraki dub. Best Voice Actor is the same award I just gave to Aoi Yuki, but I'm also giving it to Kira Buckland for the English voice acting of Jolene Cujo. Kira Buckland fits the role perfectly, and she's extremely overqualified as she's been fan dubbing Jolene for the past 8 years, so it makes me really happy that her dream finally came true. Best Opening is the category where the most people will disagree with me because everyone has a different taste in music, and honestly, all of these nominations are complete bangers. However, they don't quite bang enough, so I'm wiping the entire list again and replacing it with my top 2. Odd Taxi's opening probably has the best individual song of the year, but because visuals are also a factor, I think Idaten's opening clears this entire category by a long shot. Best Ending has a more obvious winner, Shadow's House. Again, lots of bangers here, but Nine Eye is just the best ending. I don't have to explain why, because you can just go listen to it yourself and you'll immediately understand. Now it's time to speed run some genre awards. Best Action, Attack on Titan. Second Best Action, Stone Ocean. Best Adventure, Mushoku Tensei. Best Comedy, Dragon Maid. Best Drama, ReZero. Best Ecchi, that Kaguya-sama Love is War OVA, remember that? Best Fantasy, Mushoku Tensei. Best Hentai, this one. Best Historical, Heike Monogatari. Best Horror, Miyaruko-chan. Best Horror, Elena Elise. Best Mecha, 86 if you consider it a mecha, if not then the winner is Dynazenon. Best Musical, Zombieland Saga, because I don't consider Vivy a music anime. Vivy is just a sci-fi action anime where the main character sings occasionally. Best Mystery, Sunny Boy. Best Romance, the one with Nino. Best Sci-Fi, Vivy. Best Slice of Life, Dragon Maid. Best Sports Anime, I don't know, I didn't watch any because sports are for people who go outside. Best Supernatural Anime, Shadow's House. Anime of the Year, Redo of Healer. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed. Anime of the Year is the category I saved for last because we've been blessed with so many amazing candidates, making 2021 truly one of the greatest years in weeaboo history. It seems like everyone has a different pick for this category, so a lot of people are gonna disagree with me here no matter what. And that's why I'm gonna stall for as long as I can by making up another category first. Worst Anime of the Year. All of these anime were downright awful, but one of them is more garbage than the rest. In defense of The Promised Neverland Season 2, I don't think it would have been as tragic if the first season wasn't so good. They took a giant risk with Season 2 and failed miserably, but at least they tried. Tesla Note didn't try, unless it tried to be garbage. In that case, it did a brilliant job. In fact, it might even be worth a watch, because the truth is, Tesla Note was funnier than any comedy I've ever seen, and it wasn't a comedy. X-Arm, however, is literally unwatchable. By far, X-Arm is the worst anime I've ever seen, and if you're wondering why its MAL score is so high, well, that's because 2,400 people gave it a 10 out of 10 rating, ironically. So congratulations, X-Arm, you won an award. Anyway, back to Anime of the Year. Just for fun, I'll even list my top 5 anime from 2021, and for context, I make anime tier list videos every season where I try to rank everything that's airing. So in total, I watched over 100 anime last year and got absolutely no bitches. The point is, there's more than 100 anime competing for these 5 spots, meaning this is only the best of the best, so don't feel bad if one of your favorites gets left out. But without further ado, number 5. Stone Ocean. Number 4, Vivy. Number 3, Odd Taxi. Number 2, Attack on Titan. And number 1, Mushoku Tensei. And number 0, ReZero. What did you expect? If this video entertained you, please hit the like button, and if this video didn't entertain you, please hit the like button. Feel free to tell me your top 5 because I still read all the comments, and as always, thanks guys for watching until the end. Keep talking about anime though. I'm out for now. Peace.